5 years after. Book 2, Vortex. Written and narrated by the author, Richard Correll. Thin lines. Maggie's mouth was a barely discernible line as she let her eyes look up to the clear blue sky. It was one of those days where the heat seemed to push down on the back of your neck and squeeze the life from your veins. The edges of buildings, rusting billboards, and cars seemed to be so clearly defined under the unblinking eye of the sun. She swallowed as the heat subsided with a sudden cool breeze that passed as quickly as it came. Some objects shimmered slightly in the returning heat like they were being seen through cellophane. A trickle of sweat meandered down the side of her face. She erased it from her already moist skin with a dab of her fingertip. The scene before her could almost have been a photograph in someone else's life. If you think about it, she sighed, maybe that's the truth. This is someone else's life or a dream. All the past 5 years somehow were compressed into a single night. How time can do that is unimportant. You'll wake up in your parents' house in Baltimore. Perhaps you're asleep in the back seat of their car on a long road trip. Maybe you'll blink your eyes at the rejuvenating sunshine through your window and reflect on what your mind had just created. The thought lingered for a moment as she tilted her head slightly to get the stiffness out of her neck. Maybe that was it. You'll just wake up and drink in a new day. You, Maggie Hunter, are just dreaming all of this. In reality, you're just 11 years old, and the world is as right as rain. Am I dreaming? Might as well find out. She tore her eyes from the blue canvas and reached for her knife. Maggie placed the blade on her lap and rolled up her right sleeve to expose her arm and 4 vertical scars, each cut between her forearm and elbow. She picked up the knife and inhaled as the line on her mouth rippled and came alive. Maggie could taste the anticipation of the next moment. The point of the blade dug into her skin and pierced it. She exhaled and grit her teeth. Thick, warm blood oozed from the track of the knife and flooded her skin. Her green eyes became electric from the pain. Do you feel it? The blood followed an imperfect line and then dripped from her arm in thick droplets that spattered the floor of the bus. One more drop in a sea of blood won't matter, she observed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?